Warning: this is a disclaimer. Do not watch if you cannot handle it. Thank you very much.
Men are trash. Patriarchy must fall. Patriarchy must fall. Say foot. Welcome to the Miracle Perspective, everybody. And today we are talking about real issues. I think we have received enough warnings about not watching this video if you cannot handle the truth. And that's because today I am going to be as raw as possible, because I just want to speak the miracle perspective on what's been happening, on what's happening. And I'm happy that over the past few weeks we had interviews with females and males on this particular issue of gender-based violence, where women are crying, women are not happy with the way we as men are treating them. We are abusing them, we are killing them, which is a very sad case, and I really sympathize with that. However, my only problem is we are trying to attack or solve this issue in a way that is not empowering to both parties, particularly men and women. The way we are handling this issue, in my view, is that we are taking a one-sided approach, which is, for example, right now, our president has passed a judgment to say that we're going to be harsh on the way we treat these issues of gender-based violence against men, against women. And we're going to be harsh against men in a way that these are not going to be tolerated. And he mentioned something to the effect of there's not going to be any bail given to any man who's arrested. There's not going to be, I think, is it a life sentence or what? But it's an extreme kind of situation that we are in right now. The only problem I have is that there's going to be a lot of innocent males that are going to be put behind bars for no reason. In what way? I'm not saying it's good to kill anybody, and please get me right. I'm not trying to incite any violence in this video. I'm not trying to promote any violence or anything to that effect. I'm trying to make us aware and to open our eyes to the full picture of what's happening, and not only a one-sided approach. As it is, the way I think we are doing and the way I think we are treating issues in this country or in this whole world, we are being reactive to things. We only want to act upon an action while the action is already done, which is what Guadalupe was saying, to say that we only judge the action. But the question is, what happens before the action? What is the pre-action? And that's where I want us to go back today. Because here's the thing. We are saying men are abusing women. What about those women who are abusing men? Because it is a very common scenario. Stats in psychology state that 1 in 3 incidences of domestic violence is of male being abused. 1 out of 3. But nobody knows about this. Why? Because society made it not cool for a man to cry. We were raised to know that a man is weak when they cry, when they voice out their problems. Even worse, because now when a man goes and reports a case of abuse against him by a woman, what happens at the police station when he gets there and says, I'm abused? It's a party. Because everybody thinks this guy is weak, he's not firm, he's not strong, he's weak. And tell me, if you're a male who have experienced such a treatment when going to report a case, would you ever have the thought of going to report such a case if it happens again? Hell no. And now those things keep on going. They go on and go on and go on. Women abuse men for a very long time until a man gets to a point where they say, snap it, I cannot take this anymore. And what happens? Because a man was told that he was weak by the police, now he wants to prove that he's actually quite strong. And he uses his physical strength. And what happens? A mess. It ends up in chaos. And that is what we see, unfortunately, on the TV and on the news. The action, which is a reaction, is the effect. What about the cause? We do not check the causality of things. We only check the effects. And we are not going to solve anything. And now with the way that we are treating this thing, I don't think we are going to be empowered to do good because we want to do good. The way things are going to go right now is that people are going to do good just because they are afraid. Not because they want to do good. Because the motivation will not come from within. From the understanding of this is something that I mustn't do because it's just not right to do. But now we're not going to do it because we're basically oppressed. We cannot spring out as men. And that's the other problem I have. Okay, for example, before I pass here, in my right mind, when I think about this, you are a mother right now. Imagine this, you are a mother raising a little boy. This boy is growing up so well. Everybody loves this boy. He's a sweet little boy, innocent. And he's growing up, going to school, very respectful. To a point where this little boy grows up, to a point where he matures and becomes a man and decides to get married. He gets married to a woman and it goes on. Along some time along the line in the marriage, this guy just turned out to be a beast. This guy is now abusing the wife. This guy now is beating the woman up. Eventually, this guy has killed his wife. That little boy who was sweet, the little boy who was well raised, has now become a monster. What was the problem? Because I don't believe anybody in their right mind would just say, right now I'm going out to abuse people just because I'm mean. I don't believe it's like that. Everybody is a sweet person when they are born and upon growing up. But what is it that happens in the process of growing up and in the process of them being in a relationship? What is happening to this boy? What are women doing to men, which makes men react aggressively at the end? That is a question that I'm posing to everybody. And now the issue is, this education system and the way the system is built up, it's very against men. Masculinity is being broken down, like masculinity is being stripped away from a man. They even say patriarchy must fall. Do you know what that means? Because here's the thing, this is what's happening right now. Men are being raised to be women. Now we have a whole society of human beings in male bodies who are female. You can see from the way they handle situations. Female. They just... The thing is, my problem is, we are being taught as men these days, we are being taught to be like women. And women are being taught to be men. That's why you find aggressive women who are just masculine today. Cannot tell them anything. And you find men who are very feminine. They're just so sweet, Batu. It's just a sweet little guy. And the problem with that is we are killing our own relationships because we are unique for a specific reason. Women are women for a specific reason. Men are men for a specific reason. We are different. We will never be the same. But right now what's happening is we are trying to be boxed into one thing. We're trying to be one. We must be one group of females. All of us. We must be females. That's why you have men who cannot handle truth. They melt under pressure. They're like snowflake, fluffy. Whenever it gets hot, they melt. Weak. Not firm, not strong. So, this is an invitation, man. I'm not trying to be... I know nobody's gonna like this video. But as I said, you shouldn't have watched this if you cannot handle the truth. And I'm not trying to run a popularity contest in this video. If it means everybody will hate me for speaking the truth, so be it. But I cannot stand seeing my identity being crushed because I'm male. And I think male people should just stand up. They're scared. They're being abused in relationships and they cannot speak out. Why? The government does not allow that. The society does not allow that. But what I'm saying is this is an invitation, guys. It's an invitation to say, let us speak. Let us come and sit down. Have females, have males. Let us talk. We can only achieve a solution by talking and engaging in that solution together as male and females, not taking a one-sided approach, because that's not going to help us. It's an open discussion. It's not going to end here. We're going to take it forward, because you will see that's the reason why today there's no relationships. Like, relationships are very loose. There's breakup, divorce, left, right, and center. 50% of all marriages end up in divorce. Why? Because the roles have shifted, the dynamics have changed. Males are women, females are men. We are all confused. We don't know how to deal with each other because men are raised to be women. Now they don't know. They have to be the ones who are quiet. The testosterone levels are being suppressed, and now the women are being put a lot of testosterone. They're aggressive. They're out there in the family. The woman is the one who's being aggressive. Nobody can take it. We are all confused. And there is nothing that can happen if we are all the same. Diversity is what brings innovation. Diversity is what brings creation. Diversity is what makes us thrive in society. It's finished.